I am just having a sort out again for another move in a couple of months. I don't know if I actually ever sort anything out or if I just shuffle it around and move it. No, I do get rid of a lot of stuff because I gave a load of stuff to an animal charity up north when I was before the last move. But anyway, I'm sure it breeds when it's in boxes and storage and anyway, so I've heard the question asked quite a bit, are there charity shops and thrift stores in Portugal? And there certainly are. And also I was sitting with a friend the other day and she asked about secondhand shops. And I said, oh yeah, there's some really interesting ones. And I brought up some photos that I had on my laptop of some really big secondhand shops. And she just looked at the photos and was like, wow, where's that? I want to go there. Can we go there? Because they do have some weird and wonderful, interesting stuff. And they have things from like every era. I mean, if you wanted to do like if you needed props for a film set for any decade, you could get it at these places. They are very interesting. Prices are a bit interesting. But anyway, charity shops definitely in the big cities. My daughter, when she came over with a carry-on, just a small carry-on bag on the plane, with the intention of buying herself an entire wardrobe, a summer one and a winter one, to keep here in Portugal so that she could always just travel over with carry-on. And she did. I think she mostly used the Humana, I think it's called, branch. So they're like a big, you know, like in the UK, we have the big branches, the big charities, and they've got sort of branches everywhere. Well, this one, they had a shop in Porto, a shop in Lisbon, and she literally got her whole wardrobe, which she has left here, which adds to my stuff. But yeah, so definitely, and she was really pleased with the items she got. And but yeah, the simple answer is yes. Obviously the cities, but honestly, even in little towns. Let me show you these secondhand shops that are really interesting. Oh, and the other thing, you get lots of flea market and like boot sales, we call them in the UK. I don't know if you have them in the US, like, yeah, you have garage sales and stuff. But anyway, boot sales, flea markets, secondhand stuff that people come to sell, lots of those in Portugal. And actually, my very resourceful, clever friend that's just really good at finding out things, who I mentioned before has her little website called How to Portugal, she sent me a PDF the other day of all these markets and stuff. And she got some really good buys and some really good finds. So if you're interested in that, I'll check if she doesn't mind me sharing it. I don't know if it's something she put together or she found. But anyway, we'll see. We can always chuck it in the comments. You can say if you're interested. But yeah, let me show you a couple of these secondhand shops, which are amazing. So this one is in central Portugal. It's on the N17, halfway between Tabua and Oliveira do Hospital. This is another one in Bragança. This flea market is in Camina, in Viana do Castelo, northern Portugal. But as I say, they are all over. This shop in Porto, it was actually one of you guys that told me about this, not Porto, Braga. When I moved up there last year, this time last year actually, someone told me about this shop, and it's not actually a second-hand shop, but it's like bankrupt stock, sort of wholesale, I don't know, shop's gone out of business or whatever, but it is really interesting. And if you want, again, something weird and wonderful, there is some interesting stuff there. If you had something like a Airbnb or a hotel or some kind of business and you just wanted something unusual and weird, there was a giant steel horse there, there was a giant clown, all sorts of things, and you can buy towels by the kilogram. So again, if you've got a rental, very handy. And they were nice towels as well, because I bought some. But yeah, the simple answer is yes.